a brutal gang rape.
We will not have women being blamed for rape anymore.
International outrage.
Hang them! Hang them!
And a rush to justice.
Today's case occurred in New Delhi, India. The case is probably one of the most widely known sex crime cases in history that sparked global protest and women's rights movements calling for radical reforms to curb gender-based violence in India. This case remains of great significance because a subsequent global campaign to end sexual violence against women and girls has led to positive changes, including a revision of Indian law and the legal system.
कि जब घटना हुई थी तब थी वो, लेकिन कितने समय खुशियों का आया होगा तो देख के एक उम्मीद सी होती है कि अगर बच्चों में ये चीज़ समझ आ रही है कि नहीं ये चीज़ गलत हो रहा है, लड़के हैं लड़कियां हैं दोनों मिलके इस चीज़ पे काम कर रहे हैं, तो एक उम्मीद जगती है कि नहीं हाँ आगे चल के शायद माहौल अच्छा हो।
What does it mean to truly have justice? In the case of Nirbhaya, can justice ever really be served? On the night of December 16, 2012, Jyoti Singh, a 23-year-old physiotherapist student, boarded a bus in Delhi with her friend. What followed was a brutal chaos that would horrify a nation. She was endured an unimaginable attack and her life ended as a symbol of the struggle against gender violence in India. This horrific event sparked protests, candlelight vigils, and calls justice for across the country. People wanted change, accountability, and above all an end to the violence that had claimed Jyoti's life. But can justice ever truly be served in a case like this? And what does it mean to seek justice in a world with so many injustices?
Why do we think cases like Nirbhaya's happen? Is it a matter of weak laws or something deeper in society? This crime did not happen in isolation. It happened in a society where for generations, women have faced discrimination, where patriarchal values and deep-rooted gender inequality create an environment where crimes against women are common. And despite laws, despite some progress, cases like Nirbhaya's are tragic reminders that society's views on women and gender still need a profound change. Gender violence in India remains disturbingly prevalent, and this reflects an urgent need to address both the law and the underlying cultural attitudes that allow such crimes to happen. And after the Nirbhaya case, public outrage prompted a significant legal change, the Criminal Law Amendment Act of 2013. This act brought stricter punishment for sexual violence, including the death penalty for cases causing death or leaving the victim in a vegetative state. And it also introduced new offences like stalking, voyeurism, and acid attacks to cover the broader spectrum of gender-based violence. But while this amendment marked progress, the delays, barriers to justice, and a slow trial process still hinder India's legal system. Can justice truly be served if the system itself delays closure? The answer for many is still no.
By Using media framing theory, the way the media covered Nirbhaya cases has sparked an outrage. But could the media's framing actually change society's approach to justice? The Nirbhaya case captured attention across India and the world, in large part because of media coverage through the application for the media framing theory. The media played a powerful role, not only by documenting the events, but by framing the theory in a way that spurred collective outrage. Hashtag and headlines amplified public anger, and news coverage turned Nirbhaya's case into a national call for change. Media framing can powerfully influence public opinion and, in cases like this, can even shape the legal and social responses that follow. The Nirbhaya case shows how important responsible media coverage in driving social justice.
So, if we have these laws, but society fails to see men and women as equals, can we say justice is truly being served? Justice must go beyond punishment. It requires action to prevent these crimes from happening in the first place. Strengthening our laws is a crucial step, but society must change too. Schools, media, and community programs need to educate and promote respect and equality. Fast-track courts for cases of sexual violence are essential to ensure that justice isn't a distant ideal, but a reality. And until we tackle the deep-rooted biases in our culture, no set of laws alone can fully deliver justice.
Justice does not end with laws or punishment. Its true power lies in the change it inspires in people, communities, and nations. The Nirbhaya case was not just a tragic event. It was a wake-up call for India. It forced a nation to confront uncomfortable truths about gender-based violence and how women were treated, not just by society, but by the very systems meant to protect them. And the public outrage has led to nationwide protests and the involvement of citizens from all walks of life. And for the first time in years, discussions about women's safety and rights became central to public discourse. One of the most significant outcomes was the introduction of the Criminal Law Amendment Act of 2013, which overhauled how sexual offences were addressed in India. New laws introduced stricter penalties for crimes, and fast-track courts were established to expedite cases of sexual violence. And these reforms represented a step forward, but they also revealed that laws alone could not address the deeply rooted cultural and systemic issues contributing to such crimes. In 2019, the Hyderabad gang rape case shocked the nation once again, but this time justice was quick, with the culprits killed in a police encounter. And some saw this as a reflection of public frustration with the justice system's inefficiency. While the speed of justice in this case was an outlier, it highlighted an ongoing truth. Victims in smaller towns and rural areas still face insurmountable barriers to justice due to societal stigma, lack of legal awareness, and corruption. The Nirbhaya case also brought societal issues to the forefront. It sparked campaigns encouraging women to speak out against harassment and violence. Movements like #MeToo and protest advocating for women's safety gained a momentum, which create a ripple effect across India. But these changes come with challenges. Many still argue that the mindset of society has not changed enough, with patriarchal attitudes persisting in families, workplaces, and even law enforcement agencies. So, what does this tell us? Justice is more than laws and punishment. It is about accountability. It is about changing societal attitudes and empowering individuals to stand against injustice. Nirbhaya's case ignited this fire, but it is up to us to keep it burning. Are we doing enough to create a world where such tragedies no longer happen? Or are we falling into complacency?
As we reflect on Nirbhaya's case, we return to our question. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Justice must be more than words. It must be a promise of change. Nirbhaya's case remains a painful reminder of the journey that still lies ahead. We owe it to her and to all those who have suffered to make justice real.